Hey traders, welcome back to IFX Success, and let's talk about for a second a couple of entries that I've made today. So right now we just got an entry for the Australian dollar on M5. So here's Australian dollar right now. We have a bullish candle and we're above the mid-level, and we have 1 hour bullish blocks and we have the 5 minutes. So this could be considered an entry right now. Right now I'm in a couple of entries, so let's quickly see Australian. Okay, so here it is, the Australian dollar on M15. So we got the alert on M5 to buy, so we're definitely above prior date mid-level, which is here. We have a bullish candle, so I could definitely give this a try, just to kind of see what's up in here. It's not I'm just gonna buy from the other side over here, and I'm going to give it a buy entry in here, but I want to show you, again, so we had a bullish 1 hour blocks and we have a bullish candle and we are definitely above prior day. So, I can give this a try. This is a pound New Zealand dollar, pound New Zealand entry that I got in. Is going on right now for 36 pips or 37 pips. So we are below the prior date mid level. Here was the entry. We got the block. I waited for a small retracement and I entered right over here. So it's going on already for 37 pips. And if we can take a look at the dashboard for that pair, pound New Zealand, well, we can tell that everything has been bearish. We're below mid level. We have a daily bearish candle. We have 4 hours bearish blocks, which are stronger. And we also had a 15-minute, which is the block that we just had right now. So on 1 hour, it is bullish. But, the more red I can see in here, I can go with the flow with that, right? And we also have another pair that we had an entry, which is pound Australian. And on here, definitely we have everything has been bearish. And let me just show you the trade. Pound Australian we have is going on for 16 pips, so I entered over here on an alert as well. This is 1 hour chart, but if we can go down to 15 minutes, we can actually see what's going on, right? So here was the there was the bearish block right over here. I entered kind of too late, because I was busy doing other things, but I enter in here. So it's been going on now for 16 pips. So this was definitely a good entry. Again, you can see we are below prior date mid-level. We had in here in this example, we have 1 hour and 4 hour bearish blocks that you can see on the dashboard. So that is very helpful. So one of the things that the dashboard is going to do is going to help us pretty much minimize our charts lookout. How much time do we spend on the chart, so we can quickly see in here. So this was the most two recent alerts that we got in here that they're going to be highlighted, and we can see that, hey, maybe euro dollar right now we don't have 1 hour blocks, maybe they were invalid or something like that, most recent. So right now everything is bullish, and we already have a 15-minute block bullish. So if anything, I would maybe consider entering on an M5 blocking here. And so we can kind of like pretty much pick and choose which one is the one that we would like to get an alert from, that is most recent, that we would like to maybe get in and see if that trade is going to work out as a scalping or either as a long term. So how will we know that we can scalp on a trade? And how do we know that we can leave that trade for a long time? So let's say for a pound Australian, everything is bearish or everything is red. So for me, that is more like of a long term, right? Maybe longer term. Pound New Zealand, I have higher time frame, which is 4 hours, which is also bearish. So, and we also have 15 minutes. So all I'm waiting for this is to be bearish, and then maybe I can hold this trade also for a longer period of time. Right now, in Euro New Zealand, everything looks bearish, so it would be nice to actually enter on a sell entry over here and maybe hold for a longer time. So the more that is going your way, so that means we can hold a little bit longer, right? So what about that trade that we just entered on this Australian dollar? Is this the one that we can hold for a long time? Well, maybe not. Why? Because we have our 4 hour which is a stronger time frame compared to 1 hour. So right now what I'm doing is I enter based on 1 hour blocks and based on a daily and mid-level, but it does not mean that this is going to run forever, as long as this guy's 4 hours still bearish. So I would need the 4 hour blocks to be bullish in order for me to say, maybe I can hold a little bit longer and also make M15. So this Australian dollar, this is more or less like a scalping entry, and maybe it might not even work because M15 is also bearish right now. But right now, we are kind of almost like break even, and let's see how long, if this trade eventually is gonna work out or not. But one of the things, again, like I said, how do we know that we can hold longer and longer? Like, this one is going definitely for a longer period of time, and pound Australian also, I'm going to be able to hold this trade longer. Why? Because everything looks bearish to me in here. So why should I not hold it for a long time? Like, this is pound Australian. Like I said, everything is bearish. So, hey, I'm able to hold this trade a little bit longer. What about Euro New Zealand? Let's open that one and see if maybe we can actually have an entry on that. So Euro New Zealand, we actually don't see it right over here. Okay, right here. And what other one should we, like I said, this one we could maybe look for a selling opportunity depending on how it looks. And let's take a look in here. Well, okay, so we have right over here, we have a bullish block that happened in here, and we kind of had price to got close to this mid-level in here, and I'm pretty sure maybe we would have gotten an M5. So an M5 bearish block happened over here. It's coming down a little bit. It just needs to go below this level right over here, this mid-level. But I would preferably like to wait for an M15 then. So maybe the market has to go a little bit higher to eventually drop again, or maybe that's it. Like we had a couple of drops in here. This is one, and this is another one right over here. Couple of drops that maybe that's it. Maybe it actually hit a nice support over here that we cannot ignore. This is a support level in here that the market has actually bounced off and maybe has stayed in here. So we're not sure, maybe this is gonna keep on going lower and lower. But that's pretty much it, what I wanted to go over quickly with the dashboard, that how is it going to help you for filtering your trades and be able to quickly analyze the market. Again, not every trade that we get is the best trade, but we can pick and choose which one is the one that maybe can give us a better entry. We can also compare for, like again, if pound New Zealand is going down, more or less maybe Euro New Zealand is also should be bearish as well, right? We should look for look-alike also pairs and kind of see what's going on with them. If they're too much of a difference, maybe we shouldn't enter, because one might follow the other, more or less, right? This one right over here, this one, everything is bullish except that we don't have a bullish daily candle, but so be something that we can maybe take a look at and see if it's a probable entry that we can enter in here. If it's not too far from, if those bullish blocks right here didn't happen for, long time ago, if they were fresh, maybe we could enter and, see how the trade will develop. So that's pretty much it. Let's see how this Australian dollar is going, so it's pretty much hanging in there. It's not really the best trade. The best trade would be the lower that we can get around here would be better. But if this is a trade that we might be able to hold in for a longer period of time, meaning, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and maybe even a day or two, it all depends on how strong is the trend. But as of right now, I would just, kind of see what's going on. I mean, this is not really a pair that I trade usually, but I just wanted to really give you an example. I like more pound and gold because they move faster, and I like better the analysis on those pairs, and not really this pair, but it's okay. Every single pair you can trade, right? All right, so if you have any questions, please let me know. You can write me a message on Telegram or an email, or you can comment below on the YouTube channel, and I'll see you around.